It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, instead of making a move to get among the Western Conference's top teams, they've actually taken a couple of steps backwards this year. We'll see if they have a late season push in them. And tip-off approaching, but in the meantime, let's discuss post play. Shaq, you were a dominant post scorer. Duh. Who do you think are the top post scorers in the NBA right now?
Well, one, DeMarcus Cousins, 25-13, can go inside and go outside. He's a little frantic at times, but he's up there. Zach Randolph, he's got great feet work, nice soft touch. Big Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals. He does everything with his right hand, so he's so good. That's all he needs. And Brook Lopez, nice size, nice touch, and nice feet work, too. I know you say feet work is not a word, but you can't do nothing with footwork. You need both feet. So, Dr. O'Neal, name it feet work, put it in the dictionary, shut it up.
Okay. Well, you know what? The guy who reminds me of Shaq a little bit, Nikola
Pekovic.
Yes.
Stop it.
He does, man. He's got some of
your mind.
He overpowers guys.
Stop it.
I mean, it's like a little version of
out.
Okay, all right.
Send it to Kevin for a body slam this guy.
I was reaching, man. I had the Kevin Durant alarms on that. I was reaching.
All right.
Tim Duncan's got to be in that conversation.
Oh, Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin, good guys. That overpower people. We're talking about.
My bad. I apologize.
Just overpowering.
No, but I already said the top centers in the league.
I'm just saying about overpowering.
Answer the question, man.
Okay, my bad.
Time to go down to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call. Kev?
Nikola.
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. After this one game on the road, the Jazz will head back home to Utah. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And seeing where Utah is, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Well, with the personnel they have, Greg, that leap probably not going to come. I mean, they could be a playoff team, but I don't see them being a major threat.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Utah, the forwards are Hayward and Favors, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Hood in at the 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
And for Favors and his youth, he has made big strides. And in a few years' time could be one of the more dominant bigs in our league. And guys, with Favors, his development, you forget. Sometimes it takes big men a little.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Utah's on defense. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Rondo kicks to Cauley-Stein. Screen by Cousins. And stolen by Favors. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Hood. Rondo with some nice D.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. At the elbow, it's Cousins. The feed now to McLemore. 6 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Kings. Kings on D. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own head, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
The Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. High post Cousins. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Gobert in the corner. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Favors can't get it to go. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Gay dishes to Cauley-Stein. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
To the paint. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Cauley-Stein. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
The Jazz making a switch here. Booker's checked in. The fader. The shot misses. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Caspi passes to Bellinelli. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Burke kicks to Gobert. Pass to Hayward. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Shoots off the screen. Here's Burks. And that one's on target from the wing. Burks has got his first basket.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
That's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs if they were in the East.
They set the pick. A shot by Hayward, wide open. No good. That would have tied it. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Orlando.
Yeah, and really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game because I just thought the effort was lacking.
They just couldn't hit on anything that worked for them, no matter what approach they used.
Jazz trail by 3. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Quinn Snyder for a moment. He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Withy's check in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Joe Ingles in for Gordon Hayward. And finished off by Gay.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
54 seconds left in the first. Burke kicks to Withy. Up top, Burks. Bellinelli is covering for the three. Feeds it to Ingles. Goes back up. No luck. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Dishes it to Bellinelli. Lets it go with the three. And he gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 5 now. Jazz trail by 6. Now here's Burke. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Darren Collison pulls it in. He gets it up. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Sacramento as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Trey, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Taking a look at the Jazz. They've got Jeff Withy. Burke is out there with Hood. Then there's Favors, and it's Burks in at the 3 spot. And Bellinelli kicks to Cousins. Stolen by Withy. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Favors.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Utah with the ball.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
Sacramento leading by 4. Collison dishes to Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Collison. The rebound by the Jazz. Greg, with Cauley-Stein, his defense is the first thing that you notice. Very adept at shot blocking already. Does a lot of things, Clark, very well.
But, Kevin, I think it's his agility and the way he moves his feet defensively as a 7-footer. He literally can defend all 5 positions.
That's a great point. His perimeter defense, against smaller players, something to behold.
Outstanding.
He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Sacramento moving it around. Now Bellinelli. He has 5. Great D that time from Favors.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. Made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard to find out which rookies have blocked the most shots this season. 4th, Willie Cauley-Stein.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued, it takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Boy, he does such a good job of positioning himself, so you have a hard time getting shots over him. One of the best of all rookies denying the rim.
Sacramento making some changes. Ben McLemore comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Darren Collison. Outside Favors. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Kings.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Rondo with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 5-point Kings lead. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Gobert the screen. Kicks to Hood. Nato, he's covered by Rondo. Pass to Favors. Another miss by Utah.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation. Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. A big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
Hayward passes to Favors. And that is good. Favors got 6.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Sacramento making some changes. Kufis checked in for Cauley Stein, and Rudy Gay is subbed in for Casper. Utah also making some changes. Booker comes in for Derek Favors, and it's Joe Ingles in for Rodney Hood. Here's Rondo. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He has 7. You were mentioning the Jazz, and they grew last year under Coach Quinn Snyder in his first year. You know, Greg, he did the same thing with teams when he was a coach in the D-League.
That's a great point, Kevin. And beyond the growth that the Jazz showed, I think everyone in Utah was pleased with the style of play. I mean, Coach Snyder's got the team back to playing hard defense and really grinding out wins.
And Cousins kicks to McLemore. There's the pass to Kufis. Right side, Rondo. Not enough on that one as it misses. Jazz trail by 5. 1:15 left to play here in the second quarter. Nato, he's covered by Rondo. Clock at 6. Back to Gobert. Here's Booker. Cannot hit. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for it. Puts it up. That's good from Gay on the assist from McLemore. 8 points for Gay.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Ingles, guarded by McLemore. And the basket by Ingles.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Gay outside. He dishes it to Kufis. Back to Gay. Jacks up a 3. Booker pulls it in. Jazz trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Hayward outside. Gobert the screen. Nato. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Kings lead by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They lead by 5. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, you expect the home team to take care of business, and they have. They didn't play flawlessly, but they held their own. Now we get to see the true test in the second half.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
One thing I really like is their pace, nice and quick. A lot of their buckets came in transition. When they saw opportunity, they took it. It's so important for a team to be able to dictate the pace of the game, and we saw them do exactly that. They should stick with that because it's working. Keep up that transition game.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Rondo in at the point. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. McLemore dishes to Cauley Stein. And stolen by Favors. And Hayward with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Hayward's got the first bucket of the third here for Utah.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Let's now go to the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. See the league's top assist men. Number 1, Rajon Rondo.
It's hard to argue with his status as the best passer in the NBA right now. He just distributes the ball so well. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Utah calls timeout.
And one thing about Ben McLemore, he can be an absolute lights-out shooter. Last season was a big improvement over his rookie campaign. Up in field goal, three-point, and free throw accuracy. Really just scratching the surface in terms of his potential.
Favors. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Burke, he's checked in for Utah. And for Ben McLemore out of Kansas, he knew he had to work harder after the Kings drafted a guy to replace Nick Stauskas. And, of course, Stauskas went on to have Clark an even worse rookie campaign than McLemore had the year before.
Yeah, and McLemore actually on the uptick, very much improving in year 2, and that means perhaps Stauskas will be the odd man out.
And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
Utah trailing here. And here is Burke. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Hayward can't hit.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentages. His shooting percentages were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development.
Gay passes to Cousins. Hayward against Gay. Screen by Cousins. Gay kicks to Collison. He feeds it to McLemore. 5 on the clock. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubters. Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Caspi, he's checked in for Sacramento. Bellinelli comes in for Ben McLemore. Burks, he's checked in for Utah. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Darren Collison. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's the screen. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Hood gets the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Collison. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Kufis checked in for the Kings. Here's Burke. Favors with a screen on Collison. Burke dishes to Favors. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
And Utah making a change here. Booker's checked in. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage. So they might have been justified in that.
And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
The Jazz making a switch here. Passes it to Gobert. Johnson outside. Gobert, the screen. Johnson, the pass to Burks. He kicks to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. Burks can't get it to go. Kings have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Darren Collison. And Utah with a change here, too. Withy's checked in. Burks misses from close range.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And Bellinelli kicks to Cauley-Stein. Up top, Kufus, defended by Booker. Cauley Stein with the screen for Rondo. To the inside, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
Works with it. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. It's Sacramento. They lead by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Jazz trail by 3, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Favors and Gobert are the shot-blocking duo inside. Hood out there with Trey Burke, and it's Hayward in at the 3 spot. Burke kicks to Hood. Shot clock at 6. From 10 feet out, Gay with the block. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. And the dunk by McLemore.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Burke kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. Inside. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. And that's 12 points for Derek Favors.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
McLemore dishes to Bellinelli. The feed to Gay. And the rejection by Favors. One-on-one here. Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Hayward.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Well, last season, Greg, another year with basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, and it's Gay with the rebound.
You know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Here's Ingles. He's covered by Collison. Ingles passes to Favors. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
Hayward missing again.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Jazz trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Looking to end the run. And the layup is up and in.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Cousins with a screen on Hayward. The drive by Gay. Cousins, nice spin off the left rim and in. Cousins has got the lead up to 8 now for Sacramento. For the Jazz, this one's not looking good. Now here's Hayward. Makes it off the glass. Hayward's got 6 in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Gobert with the block, and he's able to get it back. Cousins, the shot will not go. The Jazz go the other way with it. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter. There's the dish to Hayward. To the paint, 11 feet away. Here's Favors. The shot no good. Nice D from Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. Collison, no good.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here. Rondo's checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Alec Burks checked in for Hood. So it's Utah now. 6-point game. Hayward goes in.
Fellas, that 2-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Rondo. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 3. Here's Cauley Stein. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, that's a tough one. But he did all he could there, using the leaner to get the shot off.
Now, here's Burks. Defense is right there. Nato. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
And an intentional foul right there. Gay with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
And the Jazz call time here. They're behind by 4. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know, and not only do you want to draw up a score here, but it's got to be a quick one.
Yeah, it has to be quick. They've got to convert, and then there has to be an immediate foul.
Gobert, the screen. Burks in the corner. Off target from outside. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
2 shots.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 5 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
Going to be hard, though, Greg. I mean, they don't have much time to work with here, but we've seen crazy stuff happen in this game.
So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Rudy, congratulations on the win. How would you evaluate the team's offense tonight?
You know, I think our defense kind of got our offense into it. You know, we're that kind of team. Our defense makes our offense. We run the floor and we share the ball. So whenever we out there playing defense like we did today, we usually are in a good position.
Well done, Rudy. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gay.
As slashers go, Ernie, Rudy Gay is up there with the very best. He's got freakish physical ability. You talk about a guy who plays above the rim. Rudy can soar like a ha-ha, ha-ha.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.